talking to your child, you give them instructions, you repeat yourself, and they just stand there looking at you like they didn't just hear a word you said. But wait a minute, you might think that they're ignoring you, but most of the time, they're not. What's actually happening is that they have temporarily lost the ability to process verbal information. And the more we speak, the worse it gets. So let's talk about what actually goes on inside your child's brain when they quote unquote stop listening. When children become overwhelmed, frustrated, or emotionally activated, their brain shifts into survival mode, something that we like to call a fight or flight response. It's preparing to escape from something that is dangerous. So that also means that the part of the brain that is responsible for processing verbal information is starting to go offline. So they are literally not able to process the information that's coming to them, especially if it's spoken. So children, they need a little bit of time, they need a little bit of space, they need a little bit of silence because their brain is simply overloaded. Just think about us as adults. When our fight or flight response is activated, what do we typically do? We scream. You go into any movie, go into any scary movie. Matter of fact, there is a 7-part movie called Scream, literally, because what do people do when they get scared or when they get frustrated or when they get emotionally activated? We scream. Now put that into a child's world. You're talking to them. They can see you getting frustrated. They can see that whooping coming. They can see that belt coming towards that bottom. So what do? They will just shut down. They'll start crying. They may even start to just babble. But a lot of what you're asking them to do doesn't make any sense because once again, the area of their brain that is responsible for reasoning, the prefrontal cortex, for listening, for planning, for emotional regulation, it is being overwhelmed with everything that's going on. So they simply cannot process what is being said to them at that moment. Well, here's the interesting part. When children stop listening, adults usually start talking more. Did you hear what I just said? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? What are you doing? All those are examples of things that we say to children when they're already overloaded, when they cannot hear us anymore, when they can't process what is being said. So from a brain perspective, it's like you're sending messages to somebody, but since they're offline, they're not getting the messages. It's no different. When a child's brain becomes overwhelmed, your first goal should not be obedience. It should be teaching regulation, because the regulation is what helps their nervous system to calm down so they can then process the information and listen to you. So some things that might help are number 1, lowering your voice. Number 2, using fewer words. Number 3, getting down to their level. And number 4, even slowing down your movements. All of those in combination will make you seem less threatening. That fight or flight response will start to calm down. The nervous system will start to regulate, and then you'll see them start to either respond to you or do what you ask them to do. I know we've all seen it. We've asked our child to do something. They don't hear us. They say, We're so fed up that we don't even respond this time. And then what do? They do what we asked them to do. And we're amazed. We're thinking, how did this happen? It's because they had the time, the silence to process the information, and then they carried it out. So although we like to think that a child brain works like an adult's, it doesn't. It does not process the information as fast, so we have to give them a little bit of time. And once that nervous system regulates, they're back in business. One of the most powerful shifts the adults can make is this: talk less, regulate more. Instead of, didn't I tell you? Or, did you hear what I said? Or, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You might say something like, I can see that you're upset. That helps them to regulate. You're not allowing the behavior to happen. What you're trying to do is help the nervous system to regulate so they can start listening to you, and they can even give you some feedback if you would allow them to speak. So slow down, give them a chance, help the nervous system to regulate, make that shift, and you'll see compliance without having to try to make it happen. This is also why many tantrums escalate, not because the child is being intentionally defiant, but because two nervous systems are becoming dysregulated at once. And when that happens, you literally just have a train wreck. So the next time it looks like a child is ignoring you, the question isn't, why won't they just listen to me? The real question should be, what are their 3 B's telling me? Their brain, their body, and their behavior. If their brain, body, and behavior are telling you that they are able to listen to you, then they're ready. But that's the question you should be asking, because that's the question that will lead to answers and results. If you want to see what happens when adults miss that moment, watch this video next. You'll get to see it in live action. And if you want to know the 3 things that usually turn tantrums into explosions, then check this one out right here. This way you'll also get more information and more tools of how to use to de-escalate or to stop a tantrum before it even starts. And if you feel like you're getting some value from this, if you're enjoying this content, if you're actually learning something, and even more so, if you're able to implement anything that we discuss and you found it successful, make sure you share this information, save it because you might want to use it later, and don't hesitate to like it and subscribe. If you can hit that notification bell, that'd be great as well, because you'll always get information as soon as we drop it. So stay calm, stay cool, stay collected, because remember, when you talk too much and the 2 nervous systems get dysregulated together, that's when you'll have a disaster. Stay disaster free and stay tuned.